Andrew stacked cash and like done yeah.
So it's like a thing like that in the past couple of 3-4 years. I haven't been able to like do that because I'm always. So we are at Curated Sneakers and Streetwear in Canton, Ohio, and we have a location in Strongsville, Ohio, as well as South Park Mall. We are a buy-sell trade store of the highest products that you see out. Anything that's at JD Sports, Finish Line, Champs. We sell all exclusive kicks, Jordans, Nikes, Dunks, SBs, really anything that you can't get with limited quality we sell here. I am the manager at the Canton location. So for a day-to-day basis of what I do, I buy shoes off people that come in here, and I do all the inventory, and we list everything on Instagram, eBay, and we have a website at curatedsneakers.com as well. So the hottest shoes out right now, I say that would always hold the value would be the Travis Scotts and some of the off-whites. I don't want to say all of the off-whites, just because some of them they drop are not the most popular in style and stuff. But I would say definitely Travis Scott's 100%, Jordan 1 lows. So day-to-day operations that I do have is buying shoes 24/7, I would say, for people coming in, customer service, and adding pairs to Lightspeed, which is our inventory system, and just putting more pairs out and listing on Instagram. I don't think Jordan Brand fell off, but I think Jordan Brand has been producing too many items of a silhouette, I would say, but I do not think they fell off. So I think Jordan 4s and Jordan 3s, so they were very popular in 2020 to 2021, I would say. And now in 2025, I do not think they're as popular. Just like the Jordan 1s, they just fell off. But the Jordan 4s, they're starting to fall off as we speak. So I've learned being in the store for so long that a lot of people, when they come in, they ask for Balenciagas, which triple S's I've heard are very popular, and I've seen they're very popular, but a lot of the mainstream designer, I would say, has taken over a little bit of the Jordan Brand. The Holy Grail, I would say at Curated, I would pick the 1985 Chicago Jordan 1. I know it's not wearable, but just everything behind this shoe and the history behind it built the whole store and everything that we call a sneaker game today. With something like this, you really can't put a price tag on it, but I would say this shoe in this condition would be roughly $3 grand, I would say, with a box. Then you have pairs that are wearable, they can go up to 10 to 30 grand as well. I would tell them, that's a hard one actually. So with this industry that we're in now, with everything not coming out as much as it did prior, I would have told them to go to JD Sports, get in the raffles, wait in line, but now we really don't have that opportunity to do. So I would say get on Facebook Marketplace, buy used shoes. I feel like used shoes is the most popular thing to sell because we have all platforms like eBay and GOAT that you can sell used products on, and then you could boost your profit margins higher on used shoes than new shoes nowadays. So I would definitely say text local friends, shoes they don't want no more, that they can't fit, buy them off of them at 50% margins, and you make your money, because you got to remember there's fees too that gets taken away after you sell it off of eBay or GOAT. So I definitely would say used shoes would be the best thing for somebody to start off with selling shoes. So most expensive shoes we have right now in store is a Jordan 1 UNC off-white, and we have that listed at $1,300 right now.
All right.
I would say that's the most expensive.
Can we see it?
Yes, we can. Give me one. This is the shoe I was just talking about, the Jordan 1 Off-White UNC. It's from the Virgil collaboration that he did with the Jordan brand. I would say this is the most expensive shoe that we have in store at the moment. And we have it listed at $1,300 in the size 11.5.
Thank you for doing this interview with us. We greatly appreciate you. And we would definitely love to come back for a follow-up video, whether it's here or any other world that you may be at.
For sure. I appreciate you guys for coming here.
Thank you.
For sure.
Originally purchased these October 1st. My birthday wasn't until October 20th. However, they saying because I didn't say anything immediately that I just have to accept the quality of these shoes. Mind you guys, this was $500. Now the shoe itself wasn't $500, but after the fee, the processing, the rushing that she did, and the verification, it came out to a little over $500. This shoe like it's been World War III, and I ain't even put
Bro,
them
the
on
toe
my
box
feet
is
yet.
fucked.
So with that being said, I'm just gonna put them on blast until we see what happens, because I respectfully sent some emails in, the pictures in, the inside of the shoes, the whole nine.
How do you pass this?
You don't.
And it's sad that it has to come to this, but this is what I'm doing. So this is the left shoe. I'm not trying to be super technical, but I am going to make a YouTube video over this as well. I'm going to make a Facebook video over this as well. And if Google has some type of app, I'll make a Google video.
Upset.
Oh, dude, I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
Over it.
You spent good money on this product to get something that was good. Your right shoe toe box that's destroyed.
It is. The size of the shoe, the inner size is messed up.
They ain't trying to help me. Now look at this. You see these scratch marks right here? All on the tip, all on the top. I didn't do nothing to these shoes. This is how the shoes came to me, just like this. And it honestly looks like somebody punted the box. But why do I have this all on my shoe? Like, these are fresh out the box. Once again, I will say with the
What did Goat say about it?